Well, for more, we're joined in studio by our international affairs editor, Armen Georgian. Armen, tell us a little bit about why Germany is such a key player here for the US.
Well, from the US perspective, Germany could send a strong signal to the Kremlin that Russia could lose billions of dollars in revenues from a gas pipeline if Russia moves on Ukraine. But for that deterrence to work, the German government would have to be willing to use the Nord Stream pipeline as leverage. And the German government is a coalition which is not united on that subject. This is a fact that is not lost on Vladimir Putin. Also not lost on Putin are reports that the German government is not willing to cut Russia off from the international payment system known as SWIFT. Also not lost on the Kremlin, these reports of Germany not allowing overflights from Britain to Ukraine, weapons, the sending of weapons in air cargo from Britain to Ukraine. So all of this presumably enters the Kremlin's calculations as to how far it can go and what the consequences could be. Germany is a key factor in those calculations.
So it's a crucial meeting really before he heads to Russia on Friday. Now, the White House earlier, Armen, it moved to clarify Biden's comments on Ukraine. Tell us, what has been the impact of Joe Biden's words?
Well, the US authorities tried to essentially walk back these comments or claim that Joe Biden was talking about military versus non-military action by Russia, or I should say potential military versus non-military action. So things like cyber attacks. But actually, as you'll have heard from that quote that we played just before you came to me, there was actually no mention of such a divide between military or non-military in what Biden was saying. So it's a rather feeble attempt, it seems to me, to try to change what Biden actually said. The context of what he said was clear, and the impression that he gave is that the White House would somehow consider a minor incursion into Ukraine as being less serious than a major offensive. Of course, whenever Joe Biden misspeaks, Antony Blinken comes forward to try to reassure American allies. We saw this pattern during the whole Afghanistan fiasco some months ago. But whatever Blinken says now, Biden's words are there. The impression is there, that impression that Biden gave with those original remarks. And at this point in the Ukraine crisis, when obviously the Kremlin is making some decisions and weighing its options, message discipline from the US would have been an important thing to adhere to.
Particularly before that meeting on Friday. Armen Georgian, our international affairs editor here at France 24, thanks so much for joining us.